What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Sanchez 405. It's on the Warpath. We ain't here in a while. No, we did not give up on the team. No, we didn't go to Baltimore. No, no. We didn't give up on anything. It's life, like we always say, y'all. But your boys are back. We got Kanye Zordon or here.
What's
We
up,
will never
y'all?
see him. And hopefully, we're gonna have a lot to talk about here. Well, hopefully too, we will have a lot to talk to y'all about, and we'll try to condense this as much as possible to leave the banter. Of course, yesterday the Redskins lost on the bad beat. Oh, look, it's JD. What up, man? Um,
What's
Lost
up,
on the
bro?
bad beat yesterday, 37-27. Um, where is EDP? I don't. Uh, Lost on the bad beat, 30-27, and everybody is like, you know what? I feel shameful for even feeling this way. I feel strangely okay, Amir. I don't know about you.
I know I feel the same way because we've texted, back and forth
Right.
without going live or anything. But we've texted plenty of times about we see the development from Haskins that he is learning as he's going along, and yesterday proved that was his best game so far as a pro. I think it was 18 of 30, 261 and two scores, and another 20 yards on the ground. I think it was.
Yep. Yeah.
So I mean, as
That's
an
right.
NFL passer, that was his best game so far statistically, and I love his response when asked, "Hey, that was your best game so far, statistically. How do you feel about it?" And he said, "Honestly, I don't feel too good about it. I feel that should be an average day for me, at best." And if I was, if I passed for over 400 yards and 5 touchdowns, yeah, I'd feel pretty good about it. But I didn't. This should be average to below average for me.
Mm-hmm.
And he's
No,
holding
yeah.
himself to that higher degree, and I love it.
Well, that's good. That's what you get when you come from Ohio State. You learn under Urban Meyer, who was at the game, and Scary Terry said there's nothing to worry about with that. But the point of the matter is, folks, we got to realize this, and it's just like anything. You're not going to get Russell Wilson the first season. You're not. You really aren't going to get. You're not going to get RG3 the first season. And I think that's one of the things that kind of spoiled people was RG3 came out here, set the world on fire. But I would take a terrible season by Dwayne Haskins if I could get 3, 4, 5, whatever, how many other seasons we can get out of him. But
absolutely, I'll take this terrible year as his first year because we'll probably end up going 3-13. You know who all I've mentioned many times on here before. Who else went 3-13 their rookie year?
Who was that?
Peyton Manning.
There you go. Peyton Manning under Jim Mora. And but you look at it a little deeper. I mean, these people have gone crazy over this. He's not playing, he's not being effective. You know what? Josh Allen wasn't that effective last year. Look at him. He's got his team in the playoffs this year. Because you know what? They play good defense and they run the football.
Yes, they do.
It's not sexy, but it works. And it's working for teams. That's what the Redskins need to do. They need to put this young man, what you got to do is put that young man in situations where he can succeed. And you can tell he has improved the majority of his games down the stretch. Was it ugly against Detroit? Yeah, but he did enough to win. Then he got better against Carolina. Then granted the running game, but he didn't do enough to lose. People always talk about you do enough to win. He didn't do enough to lose. So I'll take it for that. But this time you saw him take over the game. Him and Kevin O'Connell, they look like they're growing together. So that's going to make it really, really, really interesting come the off season. Is this the direction you want to go? I don't think Kevin O'Connell's head coaching material,
No, and if he is, he's not ready for it.
Yeah, he's not ready for it. That's basically having a skinnier, pretty boy version of Freddie Kitchens at the moment.
Yeah.
That's just all that is. You don't want that. You probably need somebody in there who's going to come and hammer down. But in the defense has even played better. Anderson, he's had 2 starts, 3 sacks, 3 sacks.
He's had 4 sacks in the last 4 games.
Yeah. So
and you know what? He's had 2 sacks in the last 37 before that.
There you go. So maybe we have our pass rusher. Maybe we have him. But I equivalated this when I talked to my folks, when I talked to the family on Facebook. I said, what does a baby do? A baby has to flip over first, right? Right? Yeah. But before it crawls, it has to flip over. Stay with me, y'all. I'll bless you in a second. So once the baby flips over, right, you're looking for it to take another step. What's that next step? I just said it. Crawl. That's what he's going to do next. That's what he's doing. He's crawling. And what do you do once you get crawled? You kind of get up and you got to stand, right? You got to stand, Amir? Huh?
Yes, you do.
Stand? You stand. You stand up. And then you begin to take steps. And those steps become walks. Those walks become runs. And then those runs might actually put the parents in early retirement. We don't know. But granted,
we'll
come
see.
on. Let's come on back a little bit. Because I went a little far out into the atmosphere. This is what you got to realize, folks. It's the same patience that we have to have with Kirk Cousins.
Mm-hmm.
We got to have with him. If I gave Kirk Cousins 3 years, I'm going to give him 4 because that's just the nature of the game. You got to.
And honestly, I'm giving everybody on this team a mulligan this year.
Yeah. It's a mulligan because these kids are kids. That's exactly what they are. You have Kelvin Harmon. You have Scary Terry, of course. You have Haskins. You have not Haskins.
Steven Sims.
Well, you have Steve Sims. You have
I guess you can say guys.
Guys, I was gonna say homeboy who can't stay healthy. You put a left tackle, you put a tight end with these guys. Come on, stay with me. If you put a legitimate tight end with this cat, come on now. Like I mean, it's gonna be. You got to have patience. That's what's wrong with people. That's what's wrong with society, in my opinion. We don't have patience. We really don't have patience.
No, it's the gratification that everybody wants.
Yeah, I honestly believe that we don't have patience. It's the one thing. If a kid cries, what do? I'm going to give it something to shut up. Kid doesn't behave, we're going to take you to McDonald's so you'll shut the heck up. No, that's not how I was raised. That's not how you were raised, Amir.
No,
that's not how you raise your son. You show them that you take your damn lumps. That's what you do. And that's what Dwayne Haskins is doing. He is taking his lumps. The boy is 22 years old. Shut up. Like, honestly, I get sick of hearing this from people every week. Oh, he's like that damn Facebook group that I'm in that you were smart enough to leave. I think Haskins is terrible. He sucks. You know what? And that's people like us who haven't played professional football or college football, probably even high school football. They probably haven't played. And they're like, he looks terrible. Yes, he does. The team was 0-7 to begin the season. The whole team's awful for that point. And then people got on Danny Dimes. They're like, he's beating up on teams. He's looking really good. He beat Tampa Bay. He beat the Redskins. He's looking good. And guess what? Danny Dimes looks like Danny Don'ts right now. Didn't even play. We've got the Eli Manning farewell tour. We do.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
We have the Eli Manning fuck you tour is what we have going on.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Well, that's exactly what it is.
Eli Manning,
the last 2 games has, he's thrown Eli Manning only throws an interception. That's besides the point. He's been looking like vintage Eli last few games. Imagine what a few weeks of rest does for you, where
Yeah.
you're not being yelled at and being put as the scapegoat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's something we've got to look at that. And people don't like to them, to us. This is entertainment, right? Right. This is entertainment, correct? Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a hobby of ours. We like to watch. We like to banter. Bam, as I like to say. You can translate what BAM is. But people don't realize these guys. It's a job for them. In basic human communication and leadership and whatever, the crap that you learn, and like it's what you learn in these self-help books. It really is. That's what it is. It's a microcosm right there. It's people management. And if you don't have the stable leadership, which they don't right now, especially in the locker room,
yeah,
you're not. It's just like. So
that stable leader that's been there for years is gone. He gone.
Yeah,
He's not coming back. I don't know. I don't care if Bruce Allen's there or not. That man is not coming back there.
No, he's not. Shut up, have a Coke, and smile. That's all you need to do. And then we talk about. I'm trying to get this. Okay, there we go. And the game, they made Carson Wentz the defense and flipping to the side. Greg Minuski, he's turned on another switch. Like I'm almost forgetting Greg Minuski's defense coordinator this year. Do they give up a lot of points? Yes, but they've been like bending and not breaking. You notice that?
Yeah. They have been.
They've been bending and not breaking. Can't be. You can't. He's gone after the end of the year, but commendability to put that on his resume. Ryan, like I said, Ryan Anderson came out, had a BS roughing the passer call where he hooked him around the waist, Carson Wentz. You can't throw that in any juncture of the game, but that's Sean Smith and his crew, and they're terrible, and he's a terrible referee. And I think Sean Smith's the one who threw that flag, and he should be downgraded for that. That's how bad that is.
Mm-hmm.
Did it help us lose or win the game? No, probably not. But it's just a point. You can't be making those calls at that juncture. And that's the wussification.
Not going for it on 2 different fourth downs is what lost us the game.
At the beginning of the game.
The very first drive, exactly. Yep. And then the very last drive, not the Hail Mary drive, the very last, the drive before that.
Yep. I'm like, this is, this is not Fox News. It's no time to be conservative. You can't. You got to go for it. You got to push the envelope. You're trying to get. If you want to win, you're trying to kick this team out. And everybody hates the Eagles. I mean, I've told you this before. I hate the Eagles probably more than I hate the Cowboys. And I hate.
Yeah, I'm pretty much at that point as well.
Yeah, I hate the Eagles. Their fans are scum. I mean, for the most part, I know some good Eagles fans. Let me stop there. But it kind of sounds like an oxymoron. But either way, yeah. But their fans are scum. They're jerks. They beat up Santa Claus. Merry Christmas, you guys out there. And I really don't like Eagles fans. And when I hear Merrill Reese on the radio, it's insufferable. It's Merrill Reese and the Eagles, and we've got this going on in the Eagles. Oh, we won the Super Bowl. Yeah, you finally won a Super Bowl after how long?
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
and y'all still only have one.
Yeah, only one. Only one. You only got uno. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, and shout out to the people from we're actually streaming this on 2 places. 2. We're on 3, actually. Technically, we are on 3 platforms.
That's
we're
right.
On YouTube today.
Moving on now.
We're on Periscope and we're on Twitter. So if you see us, you can like us, you can retweet us, and then come on over to YouTube and subscribe to us. So it's been fun.
Right.
And Could we see more Adrian Peterson? He looked great yesterday. He didn't look like an old man. And, we'll probably get into something about that a little bit later, being old and needing some medical help. But, John Lynch, he kind of segued into what we were getting ready to talk about here too, Amir. He even asked the question, "What are your thoughts on Urban Meyer being at the game yesterday?"
Okay.
And he was there with Alex Smith, and
He was Coach Alex Smith at Utah.
yeah, and he coached Dwayne Haskins, Scary Terry at Ohio State last year before he mysteriously had a heart attack or some heart palpitations or whatever. But and that got people thinking because they said, "Oh, well, Urban Meyer's going to go," and they said Dallas was looking at Urban Meyer. Well, what was the first thing Dan Snyder did? Hey, you want to come to the game? But it's an off week. It's an off week in college football. He's a Fox analyst now. And he does some work in the administration.
What he was doing was he was in Philly for the Army Navy game.
Yeah, and why not come on down?
Philly's what, like 45 minutes away?
Probably a little bit longer than that, but it's just a train ride down.
Yeah, so it's not Philly is not far away from DC. And he already has actually a relationship with Dan Snyder. He already obviously has the relationship with Alex Smith, Dwayne Haskins, Terry McLaurin. Terry McLaurin actually reached out to him and said, "Hey, do you want to come watch us play tomorrow? I'll get you a seat, or I'll get you something." And of course, Terry McLaurin was one of his favorite players to coach. So was Dwayne Haskins, apparently. And so, yeah, sure, I'll come watch you guys play. And then of course he sat next to Alex Smith for the duration of the game.
Yeah,
in the owner's box,
drawing up contracts. Some people were hoping,
right? I mean, of course, this time 10 years ago, Mike Shanahan had pretty much already agreed to be the head coach,
right?
So I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility that they didn't talk about it. But I think it was more or less if Urban Meyer wants to return to coaching, if he wants to make the leap to the NFL, it was more or less of because he's been connected to Dallas a lot,
right?
A flex to Dallas of showing, "Hey, I'm talking with the Redskins. Do you want me more?" And I think that was more or less what it really was about versus anything else, because I really don't think it's going to be about the Redskins are going to land Urban Meyer. It's not happening, guys. I really don't. I just don't think so. It'd be interesting. That's a team I would like to see have at least 4 years to see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're going to be in full rebuild mode. You're going to have a new CBA. You're going to have probably new front office, which we'll segue to in just a minute here. But what are your thoughts about
Kyle Smith? Well, and my thoughts, and you know how I am about this. I'm kind of funny about college coaches, but it seems to be the way of the world, like in the NBA now. You've seen it. You've got Cleveland. They've got a college coach, and then Boston up there in the NBA. They've got these. So it seems to be working. And I guess as the product gets younger and younger, college coaches seem to fit the mold. And it's more of a grind to be a college coach than it is to be an NFL head coach now. I mean, it's nonstop for them. You think about it, they go on recruiting, then they've got workouts, they do this, blah blah blah. Then they go at least in they're from July. Sometimes they're from July to January. Their season, when you combine like workouts and all that good stuff, and then whatever they're doing on recruiting, they're flying out, especially these D1 programs.
Mm-hmm.
Is it worth the money? Maybe, but it's certain, like Chris Peterson. He moved up to administration. He was tired of being head coach up there at Washington. So I don't know if they're going to have some scandals that break down. Maybe Pete Carroll. Look at what Pete Carroll's done in Seattle. I mean, he's energetic. And Harbaugh, when he was here, he had a great. He seemed Jim
Harbaugh, for sure.
But it seems like he's having a harder time this time around at Michigan, trying to grasp everything and haul it around. But it is what it is. I don't really think I don't want to deal with the drama that comes with Urban Meyer and
Are you talking about like
the
the cover up thing or his heart
that and
condition?
I mean these things about health and whatnot. I'm like, I don't really want to hear that and the speculation. Washington has enough drama as it is, from the Redskins to
The redhead in the White House?
yeah, to the orange Avenger in the White House. It's all drama all the time.
Orange
And
Hulk,
we really don't need that. So I think they're going to go on the way, and they keep on talking about it, and they were talking about it at the beginning. I think they are going to go to the land of barbecue in the central time zone and go to Missouri, fly in right there, Kansas City International Airport. They're going to go find this brother who's the offensive coordinator and who knows Alex Smith very well, and Eric Bieniemy. And I think that's going to be their first target. I think that is going to be their first target because they've tried everything else. They're like, why don't we go black this time? But no, but seriously, if Alex Smith is going to stay in a role, in an advisory role or whatever, or if he's going to be the backup next year, who knows? Whatever. Why not? Alex Smith's been around the block. He knows what dysfunction is in San Francisco. He knows what functionality is in Kansas City under Andy Reid. And the one thing I saw about this, the people were talking about Eric Bieniemy. He doesn't call plays. John Harbaugh didn't call plays. He was a special teams coordinator.
Yeah.
And the secondaries coach. Since when does being a play caller? Zach Taylor was he wasn't even a play caller. Well,
Bill Belichick doesn't call the plays.
Yeah, Bill Belichick doesn't call the plays. He has his hand in it. But his mullet boy does. Old Steve with the mullet and everything. Look like he a rocker he looks like Joe Dirt. Yeah, little Steven Belichick Dirt, yeah.
Steven Dirt,
yeah, Steven Dirt up there. He's the one who calls the plays. So I mean,
actually, I think it's McDaniels who does, but
on offense, but on defense,
on defense,
yeah. I'm talking about calling plays in general on either side of the ball.
Okay,
yeah. That's so
the
that's
best
weak.
The best head coaches are the delegators.
Yeah.
Sean, like right now, I have the Monday night game on the background right now.
Sean Payton. Right.
I don't know if I can't remember if Sean Payton still calls plays or not.
He still calls the plays.
Okay.
Tomlin doesn't call plays. I know that much. Arians, he doesn't call the plays. Who else doesn't call plays? Garrett doesn't call plays.
No, he just claps with them.
Yeah, he's got the clap and he's giving it to you.
I mean, that's somebody that don't want to clap back at me.
Yeah, so, yeah, true. I mean, we know McVay calls the plays. Shannon calls the plays. We know Matt LaFleur just to.
I don't think Pete Carroll calls the plays in Seattle.
No, Pete Carroll doesn't call defensive plays. So, yeah, I mean, it's a mixed bag trick, and it goes back to what I said about a year ago. Or no, about earlier this year, I said this. What did I tell you? Stop looking to find the next Bill Belichick. Stop looking to find the next Sean McVay. Look how that's worked out for some teams. The next Sean McVay. Matt LaFleur, yeah, but he's got Aaron Rodgers. Taylor, how's he doing? Not really good. He's not doing well.
No.
So
he might be a scapegoat this season. We'll find out. He might be a scapegoat, and then they decide to bring back Jay Gruden. Who knows?
Yeah. Oh Lord, that would be interesting. That I would. And then, Lord, you could see it now from FedEx Field, opening day. Jay Gruden and the Bengals go up against the Redskins because it's an AFC North schedule next year.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can't. You got to stop trying to find these guys. Like I said before, there was no Bill Belichick before Bill Belichick. There wasn't. He's not Bill Parcells. He's better than Bill Parcells.
Yes,
There's Yeah, there's no Don Shula. There's no Paul Brown. There's got George Walsh, Joe Gibbs. You can't replicate these guys because what these guys did are completely unique to what they've done. That's exactly what it. None of these coaches are the same, and until you figure that out, you won't like the consistent ones, not the ones that back in the Super Bowl. Mike Tomlin, I think, is an underrated head coach. I think he's done very well this year. I think a lot of Pittsburgh fans are upset with him, how he's handled stuff. But at the end of the day, the man wins games. He knows how to win games. He knows how to, even if he needs a coordinator or something, he still knows how to motivate his men to go out there and play for him. Is that
the reason we decided to go get Alex Smith? It's because he wins games?
Yeah. But no, and that's what I was talking about. People are too caught up in the sexy. They're too caught up in the sexy. And what was the biggest complaint about Alex Smith?
It wasn't winning that sexy.
He wasn't. It wasn't a Victoria's
Secret Mall show.
He wasn't throwing touchdown passes. They had a functional defense, right? And they were running the ball. They were winning games. They were 6-3 going into late November. And you know what? Everything buckled. The legs came out, no pun intended.
Right.
No, I mean, and then people are like, oh, we don't have a quarterback. We don't have a quarterback. Yeah, I know. What did we go through? We went to Josh Johnson, my cousin them, Colt McCoy, and now Dwayne Haskins and Casey Keenum.
That's right, Casey Keenum. And Colt McCoy again for one game.
Yep, for all that crap. Y'all thought about Alex Smith. Don't you miss Alex Smith now? Even for you, Dwayne Haskins hater, don't you miss Alex Smith? Probably so. You probably miss him a little bit. And if you can say that to me with a straight face, you're a damn liar. And I'll tell you that right now. You're a liar. It's not possible.
I'm a liar for missing Alex Smith?
No. That you don't miss Alex Smith.
Oh, okay.
Well, I know you're not a liar. I mean, you're a liar in a couple other things, but you're not a liar. Hate to call you out like that. Dang, cold-blooded. But yeah,
Unity.
And we said like Alex Smith, he's growing in influence. It looks like but you don't really see Bruce Allen with Dan as much anymore.
No, you don't. You see with Dan?
Alex Smith.
That's right. You know who spent 4 hours after the game debriefing with Dan Snyder?
It wasn't Bruce Allen.
No, it wasn't. It was
Alex Smith. It was Alex Smith.
Yes, it was. You are correct, sir. 3 for 3. Who left who after the 4 hour debrief? Who left with Dan Snyder to go get dinner?
Let me see here. I'm gonna think about this for a second. I would say Tanya, but I'm just gonna guess in the dark. Shoot in the dark. Alex Smith.
That's correct.
Hey. And my grandma says, yeah.
But that's just to show you that Alex Smith is just becoming this really close confidant and kind of has the ear of Dan Snyder right now.
Yeah.
And Bruce Allen, who that used to be Bruce Allen, obviously, all these years. It was Brucey Boy. And now he's kind of on the outside looking in. And what's going to happen? I mean, we don't know. We can say what we'll hope will happen. And that's just at least, Bruce Allen goes bye-bye.
Yeah, I mean, people been holding their breaths about this for the longest time. Like, he's going to get fired. Like, last week, people see, this is what's wrong.
I legit thought last week he was going to get fired, actually.
Like, this is what's dangerous about Redskin Twitter. This is what's dangerous about Redskin Twitter.
Yeah, we're talking about you, JP Finley.
Yeah, this is dangerous. Like, JP Finley. No, the fans are dangerous. Because we get on here and we're like, we legitimately convinced ourselves that Stephon Diggs was getting traded to the Redskins. Do you not remember this?
I remember this.
Like we were like some crackheads on this. They had me believe. Remember, I was like, Lord, we're going to get Stephon Diggs. And you're like, nah, man, this can't happen. I was like, yeah, we can. And you're like, shut up, look here, you're an idiot. And I was like, oh yeah, I am. I mean, this wow, it's so amazing. Like it's dangerous. Like they had me convinced. Like you see me, I've been on fire on Twitter lately, and that's one thing I did not retweet that crap because I'm like, I don't trust it. I fell for this genjutsu before. I won't do it again. I won't do it again. And you know what? I didn't do it this time. I was like, nope, not today, Satan, not today.
I think I did, but
man. But I have never hoped, and I hate to say it, I have never hoped for a man to lose his job more than Bruce Allen. And you even know when Jay, you know, I celebrated a little bit when Jay quit, but you know, it was hard for me. Like, you knew it was hard for me to go to that fire.
Yeah, same here. Just because we wanted to, because we felt, you know, Jay didn't get that much of a fair shake here from his first season of bouncing back and forth between from Robert to Kirk to Robert to Colt to Robert to Colt.
That's
to
it,
Robert.
And that was Jay's fault anyway, because he came in there and said he could make Robert the quarterback that he is, and that he can make him better. He didn't. He was always focused on Kirk family member, and that's what happened. And now first cousins is third cousins, twice removed now.
That's right.
Yeah.
And you know, but then like all the injuries started to happen, and you know, for whatever it is, you know, whether it's our team doctors, which you know could possibly be that our team doctors are terrible, even though the training staff. Now, people need to remember that the training staff is different than the medical doctors.
Right.
That's a completely different thing. The training and conditioning staff is completely different than the medical staff for the Redskins.
Well, yeah, and you know, it's a combination of both, though. You know, it was like the doctors had let Spencer Long go. And he wasn't even clear when he went up there to the Jets last year. And they were like, yeah, you still got something wrong with you. Why were you playing? And he only spent a year with the Jets. But apparently they still like the Redskins.
Trent Williams with his you know,
the brother had cancer.
Exactly.
Of the brain. He had cancer.
I think it was skin cancer. I don't think it was brain
cancer. Whatever. He had cancer. He had the C word.
He still had cancer. He still had it. And they're like, no, not fam, you're fine.
Hey, hold on, time out real quick. Time out real quick. I got to shout out real quick to somebody. Booba, what's up, man? I know it's been a minute. I feel like it's been years seeing y'all here. But it's good to have you here, man. It's good to have you. Okay, back. I had to. It's one of my first subscribers. So it's good to see him, man. Like I had to double check. It's good to see you, bro. Yeah, but anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry. I had to do that.
No, you're fine.
I get executive privilege to do that, right?
Yes, you do.
It's the founder's fee. Oh God, it's the founder's fee. I am so damn corny. Oh, Jimmy.
No, you good. You good.
Oh, we lit, fam. We lit.
But where was I at?
I'm being rude.
No, you're good. I just forgot where I was at.
Yeah, I know. I'm a horrible,
terrible
Kenny. Terrible.
Oh, not terrible, Kenny. You're fine.
Yeah.
Shoot. Oh yeah. Trent Williams has skin cancer. But yeah, he had cancer, and they just blew it off.
Yeah.
For I think it was 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
He said he had this and he was worried about it. No, you don't need to get checked out. You're fine. And he goes to a regular doctor finally and gets a second opinion. Because, you know, instead of going to the doctors, you know, that he was getting free healthcare from, he says, you know, go to a different doctor. You know, get a second opinion.
Hell, he could have called Clinton Portis. He could have got him checked out.
Probably.
I'm not right. But and I said we got a comment here from the Dubs family. He had cancer. He's a grown man. You don't wait on nobody to take care of you. You take care of yourself. Yeah, you're right. No, and I'm not taking any away from what you're saying, but we do as a society. We tend to be. I have friends today that are YouTube doctors. Like they go on YouTube and they think they know what it is. So it's very rare nowadays to see people who trust the doctor, trust the team doctor. They're getting paid by
anybody can quote a biology and organic chemistry.
Right. Oh yeah. You give my fiance, you sit in the room with her for a while and you tell her some of this wild stuff you see on YouTube. She'll cuss you upside, up, down, left, right in a minute in these health books. I don't mess with her. What's up, David Cook? How you doing, man? Yeah, but no, see, like either way, there was negligence on somebody. Like I doubt Trent Williams has like a scanner or MRI machine in his house. And then like sometimes you hear stories about cancer where people don't even know that they've been sick for so long until like you've had this for years. You're stage 4. We can't do nothing for you. Like seriously, man, that's what
I call it, the silent killer.
Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah. But yeah. So this is the reason why, and whoever falls under, they've got to take the and like I said, this whole thing with Trent Williams, this could have been nipped in the bud back in August. But no. This is why businesses fail. This is why this team has failed this year. Somebody had to be petty. You had to be petty. If the man don't want to be there, that's like Anthony Rendon. The man didn't want to be there anymore. He stayed out his contract, went to LA. Okay, move on.
Exactly.
That's it. Bryce Harper, talented brother. The brother was talented. The Nationals couldn't get over the hump. What happened this year? They had a lower quality team than they really did in the past, and they go out and win the World Series.
Yeah, on the road, which no team had ever done before.
Yeah, like I mean, so get rid. If he doesn't want to be there, get rid of him. Get him for scraps. And I told Amir, they had Amir believing. They had him, he's going to get traded. Oh, we can get a first round out of it. Oh, I said, nah, we ain't going to get nothing out of it. We ain't going to do nothing with him. I know this man. I don't know him personally, but I know you. Everybody has a Bruce Allen in their family. Everybody. You think about it. Everybody got one. They got an uncle in there now. I call him Robbie, that thinks he knows everything and doesn't know a damn thing. Like I do. We all got. See, you thinking about it right now. You like, oh, yep, that's Uncle Tom right there. That's Uncle Johnny. He's like that. That's Aunt Karen. She's like that. Come on, man. Everybody has a damn Bruce Allen in their family. Whether it's their grandpa, their auntie, their uncle, their cousin, whatever. We all got a Bruce Allen in the family. We do. That whole people, and black folks, y'all know it when I say, you got somebody at church that's just like that too. You got it. That old lady who been there sitting on that same corner for the last 60 years. You know she got Bruce Allen up in her somewhere. Dude, yeah, I mean, everybody, like, you can see this coming. He's petty. He's despicable. That's what he is. Like,
doesn't mean one, Mr. Grinch.
It's flawed leadership. I said, I feel sorry for Dan Snyder because we saw, like I told you last time we were on here, we saw that, I saw that thing from 10 years ago. He's awkward. He's got like, the man honestly, and I'm come here, bring us in. Seriously, I think he could be honestly a high-functioning autistic the way he acts. The way Dan Snyder acts. Like you,
I mean, it's a possibility.
Yeah, I really do. I think that the man, he's smart, but he does not have social skills. The man is intelligent, has a business mind, but he does not have that wherewithal So that's what killed that, and I think that's what kills him. And then that's why I think he gets a bad rap. And you know how vindictive DC media is too. You look at the junkies, you look at Craig Hoffman, that whole sin hole, that abyss of terribleness, and on 106.7 The Fan. You see that? If you don't talk to him, old Grant got blocked by Haskins.
Grant
got blocked by Haskins.
Wow.
Wonder why? Because the damn media in DC is so vindictive. They get pissy, they get petty, and they're like, well, you know what? We don't know what's going on. Blah, blah, blah. Have you ever thought, if somebody throws your name through the dirt, would you want to talk to them? When you got other people that can do it for you? No,
that's why I put my.
I'm not doing. No, and don't let this be. I'm not doing a defense moratorium on Danny Snyder. No, that's
no.
Hey, I'm not doing that. But I'm just saying. I'm saying you think about it. You look at it from whatever aspect you want to. Honestly, the brother, it's got to be something there. What's up, Cowboy X Factor? And look, see the Dubs family. They got two uncles just like Bruce Allen. See, you got y'all got. See, I told you got a Bruce Allen in your family somewhere. And like Cowboy X Factor, they probably got a Jerry Jones. Everybody got Jerry Jones up in their family.
Yeah,
the rich jackass. That's exactly what they got. But I mean, see this coming. It's the same thing with who else was it that really needed to go? Like Kirk Cousins. Like they could have got something for Kirk Cousins. They honestly could have. You know, we can say it's easy for us to sit here back now and say, but you could have got something for Kirk Cousins, Amir.
Yeah, I mean, possibly. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, you already got that. You got the 3rd round compensatory pick from him, or it was the 3rd rounder. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that 3rd rounder compensatory pick, which turned into.
Was that Scary Terry?
That might have been Scary Terry.
My bad.
That might have been Scary Terry.
Terry.
No. Their actual 3rd round pick was Scary Terry. Their compensatory, I think they traded down.
Cole Holcomb came in the 5th round, didn't he?
Yeah.
Who was like the unsung hero of this defense?
He really is. Like every single time I'm watching a game, all I hear is Cole Holcomb's name.
But you never hear anything else about him from that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then Cowboy X Factor, just because you on here, my friend, I will read this comment. Josh Norman needs to go. He got burned by Greg Ward because he let the Redskins down. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean.
Oh, we've been saying for years Josh Norman needs to go. But
I've been saying that for how I've been saying that since 16. Amir actually came on here a couple years ago and defended him. I wish I could find the video. Or it might have been one of the conversations we had. Yeah, Sanchez, that's because he didn't have any interceptions. That doesn't mean he's not a bad cornerback. That doesn't mean he's not doing his job. No, the boy gets burnt more than pizza. I mean, like it burnt, like it's just awful. And then he got beat by that tight end. Like, you knew this game was, especially when they scored a touchdown, you're like, you couldn't even get mad because it was Josh Norman. We knew this was going to happen.
Yeah.
You could get like his coverage skills, like the gap between him and wide receivers is as big as Lizzo's thong. That's as bad as it is. Like, seriously. It's like hair flip touchdown. That's exactly what it is. And how you feeling? Bad as hell. That's exactly what it is. Like, that's coverage, man. Like, I mean, Josh Norman's awful. I've said this before. And some people say, and I will say, Skins fan all day said this to me. And he probably like, he doesn't play man. He's his own corner. He plays in space. He shouldn't be matching up with one-on-ones. Okay, well that's off. That's obvious now because he got twerked on by Antonio Brown.
No, that was Breland who got twerked on.
Well, both of them got twerked on. A couple, yeah, that's true. It was Breland, and then he's still in Kansas City. Look at that, he's playing pretty good now.
Yeah, he's there with Fuller.
He got the arrow shot on him, and with Terrell Pryor. So I mean,
don't even mention Terrell Pryor. Don't even bring that juju up.
Torn tubes and
the Philippians,
yes. But yeah, Josh Norman, awful, god awful. He just needs to go. See, my thing, you know what? And see, this is what I tell you about this, Amir. I say there's certain things that I don't like, and I'll take heat for them. It's like when Reuben Foster got signed by the Redskins, and everybody was like, "Oh, you shouldn't. You're so self-righteous, Stan Childs. You shouldn't." Oh God, there was one comment this brother put last year, and I was just like, I really gotta defend myself on this. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I don't like it, it's a couple things. I'm not a saint. I'm not saying that, but I have very little. Look here. I'll get personal with you for a second. My mother raised me. She's a single mother. So when I hear of a man possibly beating up on a woman, I'm sorry. I don't take that kindly. I don't. I just don't. As a man, that's not me. So I don't do it. Like, so people are like, "Oh, Reuben Foster, he's been exonerated." I don't care. If I know something, I'm like, I'm not saying the brother don't deserve a second chance. I'm just not a fan of it. If he does good, if he does bad, I'm going. Obviously, he's got me as a fan. Like, I'm not going to root for him.
You just mentioned him 2 minutes ago.
What'd you say?
Honestly, I completely forgot about Reuben Foster until you mentioned him 2 minutes ago.
See? But get back to the point though. Like Josh Norman, like, is what it is. He just and where I'm getting at with this is, I tell you, it's a certain type of person I don't like. Josh Norman, when he started going on Fox and all this stuff, and he was doing Dancing with the Stars and whatnot. Like, I know his mind is not about winning games. It's not. It's about his brand. Brand first, winning games or whatever second. You can be about your brand. Tom Brady's about his brand. Won a Super Bowl. That's fine. I don't care. He finds a way to manage it. That's okay. But when that light turns on, he's ready to go. Like, you don't have to worry about that. He's not a liability. This year, maybe so. Probably kissed his son too much in the face this year. But that's beside the point. Yeah, these are guys, like, it's the same reservations I have about Haskins. I don't have a problem with his ability, but when he went brain neutral in Detroit against Detroit and didn't go out there taking selfies and whatnot, however it transpired, they couldn't find Case Keenum, had to go out there. I have a problem with that. I do. I honestly have a problem with that, because that means you are not about the task at hand. It's just me. I'm going to be that way. I don't like. I'm not about brands and everything like that. And when it comes to football, I just want them to play. I don't really want them. Do I follow them? Want to see what they do? Like, that's the same thing I had with Darius Guice. I think he's too much in the social media during the season. Yeah, like, it's too much to me. It's too much. Antonio Brown, he's like, no white women in 2020. That's all. Like, what? You're not about the business. You're not about going out there and winning games. That's right. I want winners. I want people who are about the task, about being about the task. Now, if they can manage their brand and win, that's fine. I don't care. I really don't care. Okay, I'm off my soapbox now.
Okay.
So we're going to go to your expertise now. So the Redskins right now sit at 4th in the draft standings right now.
That's correct.
And I will let you elaborate while I pull this stoof up.
Okay. So, fellas, due to tiebreakers, strength of schedule, and team wins the way it works, at 3-11 between the Redskins, the Dolphins, and the Giants, we all know the Bengals, who are terrible, have the number one overall pick. If they lose this weekend to the Dolphins, they will have the number one pick sealed up. So Bengals are number one right now. Currently, due to having beat both the Dolphins and the Redskins, the Giants have the number 2 overall pick at 3-11. Due to strength of schedule, the Dolphins have the 3rd overall pick, and the Redskins have the 4th overall pick, despite beating the Dolphins. It's a bunch of confusion that most people don't understand, not including myself, who is not an expert. But this weekend is extremely important to the Redskins draft for 2020. We're playing the Giants. If the Giants beat us, they go to 4. They'll go to 4-11. We'll obviously be 3-12. And the Dolphins, as long as they beat the Bengals, they will go to 4-12 as well. With the Bengals going to 1-14. So, with that, as long as the Redskins lose and the Dolphins win, the Redskins pretty much will have the number 2 overall pick sealed up. And there's 2 choices there that I think that they need to consider heavily about with both.
Chase Young.
One being Chase Young, that
Chase
stud edge rusher out of the Ohio State.
Give him alone. Leave him alone. Leave him alone.
And the other one being Andrew Thomas, the tackle out of Georgia.
Yeah,
those are the two we need to take a look at, because obviously we need an upgrade over Donald Penn.
Oh yeah. Who's been serviceable,
but he's not he's old. He's not the answer.
Yeah. You know what? I'm looking at this now.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to pick in the top 5.
You don't think so?
Nope.
Why?
Redskins are going to trade down.
You think they'll trade down?
Look at this. Look what I'm pointing at. You see my cursor? See where I'm at?
Yeah.
See that? Look at that. Look at pick 35 that we traded to Indianapolis.
Crap.
The Montez Sweat pick right there.
Yeah, the Montez Sweat pick. Yeah.
Yeah, boys. So I'm just saying.
So yeah, so if we were picking the top 5 or whatever, we wouldn't pick again until pick 66.
Yep. Get your picks in round 66.
66. Yep. So if we were to trade down, though, even if we had the number 2 overall pick, though,
mm-hmm.
and Miami had 3, they would still take Justin Herbert at 3. They're not going to trade up to us to get him. The only way, I really don't see us. And also, when was the last time we traded down in the first round? Ryan Kerrigan?
Yeah.
10 years ago?
Yep.
Just about?
Yeah, about back in 2011, yeah. We should have took Blaine Gabbert. What? Dude, I was so sold on Blaine Gabbert. I was like,
I was too. I'm not gonna lie.
Like,
I'm not gonna lie.
What are we doing?
I saw that he hadn't been taken, and I saw we were up on. I was working at Taco Bell at the time. I was working the drive-thru, and I was a shift manager. My co-shift manager with me on the shift was a Dallas fan, and so Kim and I were watching the draft on my phone. And I'm like, oh, dude, we're going to get Gabbert. He goes, no, I don't want to deal with Gabbert for the next 10 years. And just, just goes to show you. But we all know that actually Shanahan in that draft wanted Locker.
Yeah, he's doing really well.
Right. Let's see. Bless you.
Thank you.
But who would we trade down to? Who wants to trade up?
It's crazy. You know, none of this stuff is gonna stay the same by the time we get there. Like I refuse this year. I'm not doing it. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not doing this bull crap that you and JD and the rest of everybody else like to pull and do all these damn drafts and these mock-ups and everything. Like, you know, I have a love-hate relationship with the draft. And you've known this for the last almost 14. We've known each other 4 years, bro. Really?
Yeah.
My God, it just seems like it's gone by. Hey, you know me. I'm not a draft person. I don't really like pay attention to this stuff. I think it's stupid, and I think it's just a waste of time to like talk about the draft. Like, it's gonna be ad nauseum. It's like the Super Bowl weekend. Like when you like 2 weeks, they have that week off, and then they come out and they play the Super Bowl. Like it's I'm just like, no. I can't do it.
Whereas, like, you get free agency, and then you have to wait 6 weeks, and then you get the draft.
Boom, boom, boom. But I bet you one thing: you've never been called a bad fan by Bill Polian. You've never been called that. I have. Bill Polian called me, said it right to my face one time. Well, on the phone, he said it to me. He said, "That's just being a bad fan."
Bill Polian called you a bad fan?
Yes, he did. I wish I could find it. It was when they signed like DJ Swearinger back in 2017, all them other cat, and they signed another cat at the time. And I was like, you know what? This is just pitiful. Bruce Allen, yeah. They still don't have anything to do with Kirk Cousins. He's like, yeah. He's like, yeah, that's just a bad fan. You gotta wait and see what. And I'm like, this shit. I got called a bad fan by a Hall of Famer, but you know, it is what it is. So the Giants, and you know, if the Redskins don't win this game, the Redskins are gonna do something that they, for the second time. Well, not really the second time. Yeah, for the second time in 10 years, they're gonna do this and go. They'll probably go winless in the division. 09 and 13. 13? Yeah, 13 it went.
13 they went winless in the division. I think 17 they went winless in the division.
How did they go winless in 17, Amir?
No, wait. In 17. Well, they got swept by the Eagles, got swept by the Cowboys.
No,
Did they split with the Giants that year? Or they got
17.
17. No, they split with the Giants that year. That was the year that they won on Thanksgiving at home.
Yeah, see, look.
So 1-5.
I know what I'm talking about, Chief.
I was just making sure.
You better make sure I know what I'm talking about. You know, I'm like the master at these obscure
Yeah, you really are.
Like these obscure Redskins
the Rain Man facts about the Redskins.
Oh my God, it's just ridiculous. Like, you know, like you don't even know how it hurts me to know this stuff. Like, I'm like, oh no, yeah. Like, oh, it couldn't be. Like, I'll look at a picture sometimes and I'm like, oh, that's when they played Dallas back in 2016. You know how I know that? They've got those yellow pants on right there, and they were wearing that uniform. And like, it's just. Yeah, we haven't seen the
Bruce Allen so much.
Yeah. He's the reason why we got them yellow pants, boys.
If that was a reason enough to fire him.
I don't know. I already told you what we need to do. We need to go back to white. We need to go white jerseys, burgundy pants at home during the day. At night, if you want to do like a monochrome or whatever, and then you do one day where you get your throwback that you do. So, but, yes. But
moving on from front office,
yes.
So, front office restructure, possible front office restructure.
Yes, sir.
I heard you mention Kyle Smith earlier.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
I think that would be good. You know, you don't really know that much about him, and people are saying, "Well, he works under Bruce Allen." I'm going to tell you something. Just because you work under somebody and it might surprise you. Just because you work under somebody, that doesn't make you them.
That's right.
That does not make you.
I worked at a company called Alorica for 3 years. I worked under the president of that company. His name was Andy Lee. He's the most evil man I never know in my life.
Dude, I'll give you even one. I'll give you one better. Who's the better head coach, Jay Gruden or Sean McVay?
There you go.
Just saying, like, I mean, you think about this stuff. Kyle Shanahan is a functional head coach right now, as it appears. Mike Pettin doesn't have a job. Dan Quinn's about to get fired. Well, he might have saved his job after beating Kyle Shanahan.
Mm-hmm.
But you look at it. You look at this. Like, it doesn't make you them. So when I see people on Twitter talk about this, this asinity or whatever you want to call it, and just talk ignorant, like, yeah, I'm not my boss. Y'all work under my boss. I report my boss. Y'all like my boss, yeah. But at the end of the day, I'm not her. I'm not her. She's not me. So don't disqualify this cat just because of that. Either way. But yeah, I mean, Kyle Smith be good. You know, I heard D'Angelo Hall, he might want to come back and kind of work in a front office capacity.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
Shout out to
sure.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, so I'm not sure how that would work. How much that would work out. He's a smart guy, that's for sure. He's a very intelligent person. So
I think his media credence probably have killed him.
Yeah.
Redskins. Yeah, he's a little disclosed too much. I would think. Who else we thinking about? You know, Alex Smith might be in a capacity.
Talked about. That's the thing. Is like. But also, we're talking about more than just GM though. We're talking about team president because if Allen's out, that's a role that's going to have to be filled. Do you think Schaefer goes up to that role at that point?
Probably, I would think so.
I would agree.
Yeah, I mean,
Schaefer goes up
you
to
think maybe bring back Morocco Brown or something to come in there? I mean, he was highly coveted for a little bit.
I'm gonna throw a name out there. And it's a popular name.
Louis Riddick.
No.
Oh. Joe Gibbs.
Joe Gibbs.
No.
Joe.
That's people who
to run, not to coach, but as team president.
No. I know what you're talking about. No, I knew you. No, I don't. I still don't think. No, Joe is like invested in NASCAR. He's 70-some years old.
What if Gibbs Racing bought the team?
Huh?
What if Gibbs Racing bought the team?
I mean, I doubt that would happen, but that's one of your crackpot theories. No, I mean, Joe, like, sometimes you gotta, and then this goes back to living in the past too, and you had the utmost respect for Coach Gibbs. He's a top one. He's one of the top 10 coaches, made it to the team of 100 on there a couple weeks ago. Him, Darryl Green on there. They did the offensive lineman, which is a travesty that
Russ Grimm,
that no Hog was on there.
Yep.
No Hog was on there. That was a travesty. And the fact that they put 2 punters and didn't put Brian Mitchell on that team is another travesty. But
Brian Mitchell was on there as one of the special team.
No,
teamers.
He wasn't. He was a nominee.
Oh, I thought he got onto it.
They put Shane Leckler and Ray Guy. Shane Leckler and Ray Guy. I understand Ray Guy, but not no dang on Shane Leckler. That's ridiculous. That's Devin Hester. The man had, when he retired, he had the most all-purpose yards, or the most combined yards in NFL history. So that I think that's a travesty in its own respect. But back to the question that you asked. Yeah, Joe Gibbs. I think sometimes you got to move on. You got to learn how to build your own pathway, and I think like that's kind of snake bitten Dan Snyder too. Is that he's not willing to make his own path. He's hanging in there. "Oh, this is what they used to do. This is what we used to do. This is what we used to do. This is what we used to do. The Redskins play on grass. He's play RFK. Let's do this." I mean, like, it's just these it's little things like that. You gotta move on. You gotta pave your own way. You gotta make a name for yourself. So no, I just do maybe have Joe Gibbs around as an advisor. Yeah, that's fine, but I don't think not. I think it's time maybe to move on from that, from wishing Coach Joe would come back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see here.
So we have
Kyle Smith, I think is a name to throw out there for GM for sure, because he's that good. He's that good of a talent evaluator. He's that good of a scout. I mean, I think that's a name for sure to keep an eye on as far as GM goes, especially if Schaefer gets promoted, Allen goes, but then that goes, to where does that put Doug Williams?
out the door.
I would say so. I feel like the whole Doug Williams thing has just been a publicity stunt just to get him,
And that's why I say Joe Gibbs just yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought Joe Gibbs was that's why I think that just needs to that'll be a publicity stunt.
Yeah. And when there's a new upfront, usually when there's a new GM, we already know we need this because of the interim title to Bill Callahan. But usually when there's a new front office, we get a new coach. So of notable names, who do you think would be a fine head coach for the Washington Redskins?
Well,
for the next at least season.
Well, I think Bieniemy, you gotta give him a look. I think Saleh has deserved a look. I like even a dark horse. I like Chris Richard from Dallas. I like him. The fire that he kind of lights under that defense. Do they underperform times? Yeah, probably. As far as new name, Mike McCarthy maybe.
What about Rex Ryan?
No, he's had enough chances to get stuff right. He couldn't do it in Buffalo. Look what Sean McDermott's doing. He couldn't get it right with the Jets after those first 2 years. So no, I don't think he does deserve. Does he deserve another shot as a coach, like as a defense coordinator? Absolutely. His brother is coaching, but he's not. Like I think that I find that kind of, a little asinine to the point. But it is what it is. But I would not. No, I would not even give Rex Ryan a look.
Okay. What about? So you like Eric Bieniemy? I like Eric Bieniemy.
Mm-hmm.
We both agree that Urban Meyer is not going to be it.
No, I mean if you want to look in college,
yes, but it's not going to happen.
Another name to look out for though, Dave Shaw.
I've heard that. I've heard some connections of Dave Shaw from Stanford.
But his connection with Bruce Allen. That's because he was out there. I think him and Bruce were out there in Oakland together for a little bit when Willie Shaw was the defense coordinator. His dad, I think his name was Willie Shaw. I don't know, but no, you could see that. Boo was saying, he's like, I can see this happening. Kyle Smith GM, Chris Cooley as assistant GM, Doug Williams, that's your team president. Alex Smith is
Chris
QB
Cooley
coach.
is actually like low key, like savant Italian evaluator. His film breakdowns are really good.
Cooley, he's our man. So then they'll promote Doc Walker to the booth.
I mean, they have to find a replacement for Sonny, so.
Lord have mercy. It'd be interesting. Hey, you look here. It's a football team in the background. They didn't do enough. It's the doctor, the DOC. You gotta be hungry. So, but yeah, I mean, that's pretty good. I've heard that rumbling about Cooley as well too. I don't know if this is like some fantasy or if this has any validity to it, but and who else? Maybe they wind up away. I don't think there's any way he's leaving, but Dabo Sweeney down there, Clemson. That could be.
I could see Dabo Sweeney go if somehow we drafted Trevor Lawrence in 2 years.
Yeah, Lincoln Riley.
Yeah,
Lincoln Riley might be one, but he might stay. I think he'd stay in Oklahoma. I don't think he'd come he'd probably go to Dallas before he did anything like that. I mean, damn it, if Cliff Kingsbury can be a head coach,
yeah,
anybody can be a head coach in the NFL now. Man, you don't even have to have a winning record. Or you even say this, you be Lane Kiffin, not even be a head coach anywhere, and be and get your first head coaching job is an NFL team. But what do we know? So yeah, I mean, front office. I mean, anybody that interests you, maybe in the head coach that we didn't discuss.
As far as head coach goes,
yeah.
I really want a defensive mind guy or special teamers.
Fair.
Somebody who can focus on the other areas, whereas they just let, hey, you're the head, like, I'll take care of everything else. You're the head coach of the offense. You're the head coach of the defense. I got everything else, okay? Don't worry about it. And he lets the offensive coordinator call the plays. He lets the defensive coordinator call the plays. And he just has a hand in everything, controlling the mastermind that he would be, or she. We're not gonna discriminate there. But as far as a name goes, maybe I don't know. I don't have a name.
You don't have a name
right now.
And that's solid. He's done a hell of a job with getting this defense together. Whether they're one-shot wonders or they're taking advantage of that fourth place schedule, they're doing their thing. Well, you actually kind of mentioned this guy before, Ron Rivera.
Ron Rivera, I would love, because he brings that discipline. He's not going to take any crap from any of the players. It's not going to be any Club J, as they called it. And that's one of the biggest myths I have with Jay Gruden, was that he was lazy.
I could see that. You could tell. He was a little lazy.
A couple minutes ago, Drew Brees just tied Peyton Manning for the most touchdown passes in NFL history at 539.
He's thrown 2 touchdowns already.
Yeah.
My God, Indianapolis is awful. Yeah, but and Amir, I think we got to go on a little serious note here. So I'm gonna look at you guys. I'm looking at you. So you and I, we talked about this before, and we said we didn't really know how we were going to address this, but I'm just going to address it now because I think it is very, very, very accurate. Woke up, saw on the DC Sports blog, they grew up rooting for the Redskins. Now they're cheering for the Ravens. there is so many things. There are so many things. So many things that just go through my head and go through my mind when I see that, and my blood boils. I'll say this right now. I don't care if you've been rooting for the Redskins for 83 months or 83 years. You're not a true fan. You never were. Go somewhere. I really don't care. That's despicable. I don't care how bad it gets, how terrible. They would have to commit mass murder, genocide on the 50-yard line at FedEx Field before I stopped rooting for them. Like, I really would. If they change the name, I'd still root for them, whatever they are. But just because they're on, and I mean, yeah, it's 20 years, whatever. Cleveland Browns fans have been going through this for years. And then people are loyal. They still sell out that place. They had a taste of it, but their ownership doesn't know how to hire a head coach. So they wasted talent. I told you this at the beginning of the year, and I keep on saying it. Who was right? I am. But anyway, but just to see that, like, people, I respect what Lamar Jackson did. I like watching Lamar Jackson. But am I going to say yep, that's it. I'm done. I'm going to Baltimore. Charm City, baby. Like, that's not what and here we go again. This is what's wrong with America. People don't know how to endure anymore. We don't know how to endure. Like, it's like this is why couples break up, because when they argue, they don't know how to handle it. It's the same thing when we go on Twitter, Facebook. Somebody doesn't agree with me. They're a Republican. I'm a Democrat. I'm a Republican. They're a Democrat. Whatever. It doesn't really matter. Like, you don't like. And where am I getting at with all of this? You sit here. Like, it's your team. You pick your team. You stick with them. They can have bad years, decades, but you stick with them. You stick with them. That's your team. I still wear this stuff because maybe I've got a lot of money invested in it, but I still wear this stuff. You know, the only time I didn't buy Redskins stuff in the last 10 years, I did not buy any Redskins stuff, and you can ask my friends this. I did not buy one thing during that lockout. I did not buy a thing in the 2011 lockout. I did not buy a thing. And that's the only thing I would not do. If it's a lockout, I'm not going to do it. But I mean, you got to think about what you've been through. Like the Redskins, we go through Reuben Foster. We signed Albert Hainsworth. I'm still a fan. Do I hate these guys? Probably so. Hate's a strong word. Sorry. Don't really like them that much. But that's my team. Do I like Dan Snyder? Not really. Do I like Bruce Allen? No, absolutely not. But I would rather, instead of rooting for another team, I would rather just stop watching football. I can understand that, because I'm not rooting for no Ravens. I'm not rooting for the Ravens. I'm not a Ravens fan. Do I like them? Do I have reverence for them? Did I root for them against 49ers? Yeah, I did. But I'm not a Ravens fan. I'm a Washington Redskins fan. Till the day I die, or till the day the NFL folds, which I think one of those will come before the other. I just don't know which one yet. You know what I mean? Like, that made me mad. I mean, I have never. Do I question why do I root for this team? Yeah, everybody does that. But then never once have I said, you know what? I'm done. I'm going to go find me another team. Like, that's terrible. That is terrible for you to do something like, just for you to say, to hell with it. Like, honestly, and I might be over exaggerating this, what are you telling your kids? If you got kids, what are you telling your kids? Hey, son, it's okay. You got options. You can just find something else. No, you pick something.
Oh, no, I was disappointed with my son the other night. We were watching the Giants and Eagles game on Monday night.
Yep.
And I get why he said he wanted to root for the Eagles. Because his school mascot's the Eagles. So I can get that. And he's 6 years old, so he doesn't really understand.
That's the fault.
But like every single,
that's the parents' fault.
No. Well, then I blame his mother then.
No. See what you did
I
there.
just got custody 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah. Yep. Woo.
But anyways, so I've been putting subtle hints in there for the Redskins his entire life that I could. And now the full-on magic gets to happen, hopefully.
There you go. There you
So,
go, boys.
but it hurt when I heard him say, oh, I want the Eagles to win.
God.
No, actually, we really want the Giants to win because that's better for our draft status. But
Oh my gosh.
so
It's
slightly
awful, man.
disappointed. Slightly disappointed. But
well, it is
he'll
what
learn.
it is, right? Yeah,
He'll learn.
He'll learn.
He
Are
gonna
you going to
learn
bed without
someday.
dinner? Oh, that was me. No, I'm kidding. Amir wouldn't do that.
No,
I would do that, but
probably.
I hope Anna's not watching. That'd be bad for me. I'm not feeding the cat.
That's
If the
right.
cat comes back to live with me, he's not getting fed if he like struggles up to something Steelers or whatever, But yeah, that just stuck in my that really stuck in my craw, and that made me mad. Yeah, you don't do that stuff. You stick with them. You stick with them until the end. And I wanted to make a separate video on this, but I felt like I need to just address this now. But yeah, Amir, your thought. We've been on here for a little bit, so I think it might be time for the boys to close up and enjoy Monday Night Football. You got any final thoughts?
Patience. Patience is a virtue. We've been patient for 10 years with one Bruce Allen. We all know we're not getting rid of Dan Snyder. There's no point in that. And trying to even think about saying Dan Snyder is gonna go somewhere or not go somewhere. Right. Because he's not. He's just not. Just don't forget about it.
Yep, ain't gonna
Excuse me. However, there is still hope.
Don't give up on Haskins.
Do not give up on Haskins. It's way too soon. I kind of agree with what Terry Bradshaw says, that you need to see at least like 30 starts from a quarterback before you know what you have in them. I'm not going to give up on Dwayne Haskins after his first year, especially when it's a mulligan year for everybody on that team. Like, I mean, look at Ryan Kerrigan, showstopper. First time in his career, he got really, really hurt, and this is the man who broke a hand and went left the game, came back after the bye week, and hadn't missed a snap, hadn't missed a play. He hasn't missed a game. He missed his first game a few weeks ago due to concussion. And just goes to show you that, this is just a bad year.
Oh yeah,
they've been bad years. They've been bittersweet. I mean, we had 2015. It was a bad division, and we ended up winning the division. 2016, we played meaningful football all the way through week 17.
Mm-hmm.
And then a couple of 7 and 9 seasons, and then now this year.
But you look at it like, and we kind of talk about it. The Redskins have not, like, since I can remember, in making it in the playoffs. The only playoff team I can say that was kind of encompassing pretty much halfway decent was the 99 team. Was the last one that was really like, start to finish, they were good. And, they had a couple of hiccups. That team.
Really, I would say the 05 team.
No, they had to win 5 games down the stretch. They were 5-6 toward the end. They had to win 5 down the stretch. To finish 10-6. They were 5-6. Because they lost back-to-back games at home against the Chargers and the Raiders. Remember?
That's right.
That's right. Ryan Fitzpatrick started for the Rams. So you think about that. And then even down on that stretch, and then Mark Brunell got hurt against the Giants, and that kind of derailed everything as well too. And then they ran into the Seahawks, who then they have progressed to lose 3 consecutive playoff games against. Yeah, just not good with the Seahawks. But yeah. Anyway, so yeah, the Redskins always seem like they have to hit the panic urgency, but they can't just flow through a season. They gotta come together, win 6, win 7, win 4 down the stretch. Some point of urgency. That's probably my biggest craw or whatever. They had to win 4 down the stretch against. They were 5-7 against in 07 when Brother Taylor was killed. So
yeah,
man. But we'll see. It's a lot to be on. We're gonna be here whenever we get on. We've got it where Amir and I can come on together again, so that's good. We can do multi-platforms. I'm gonna have to start throwing them hashtags in there so we can get it on the Twitter and stuff. So you can follow us on Twitter. Follow me at Sanchez. Oh no, right there. There you go. It's Sanchez405 on Twitter. You can find me there. Follow me.
At Amir_Baharlu.
Yeah, he'll put that in there next time. So we have it. Yeah. So find us, and we've got some. I put some cynical stuff on there when it comes to the Redskins. So, but it is what it is, y'all. But we're back Monday night. We will see you. I've got some cool videos that are coming up that Amir knows about, and yeah, it will be something, and hopefully the Redskins will lose against the Giants. I've gotten to the point where I'm just like, just show me effort. That's all I want. Effort. That's all I want.
Progress.
It's like that. It's like that college student that just failed. They know they failed, and then it's like the professor just show me effort or just give up. So I just want to see effort.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And Sanchez, what do we say here all the time?
We say love, peace, and hell. And you know what? We'll be seeing you real soon. We're out. Good night, folks.
Good night, guys.